This is Azathoth. Like many of our listeners, I have looked into the void, and I know what is to come. The Nameless One will return and cleanse this world. But first, let's hear another favorite.
Saddle up in the mornings with Jimmy and the Stallion, the only morning show featuring
Looks like someone's horsing around. Okay. Easy, boy.
They'll play your favorite hits, give out great prizes, and laugh their way through your commute. Jimmy and the Stallion. Stable entertainment only on Cities Radio.
At the Forest Foundation, we care about 3 things. Tree things, nature things, and the third thing, bird things. The homes of native birds are being destroyed at an alarming rate. That's why our goal is to give a birdhouse to every bird on Earth. Humans stopped living in trees ages ago. It's time we invited birds indoors with the rest of us. Do your part and text Dirty Birdie to 3030 to donate a bird bath to 30 birdies. You can either be part of the problem or you can be with us, the Forest Foundation.
A friendly reminder from your friends here at Pop Punk Radio. The Dark Master's arrival has been foretold, and so it shall come to pass. In other words, there's not a lot you can do about it either way, so you might as well welcome it. Thanks for joining us today. I'm your host, Azathoth. Some days, we get lots of questions from our listeners. Teddy G wrote in today, "What is it with you guys? Do you really want Cthulhu to come and enslave us? What kind of idiots are you?" Well, that's a fair question, Teddy. It all might seem a little self-defeating. But on the other hand, don't you want to accomplish something in your life? And as far as slavery goes, nobody here at Pop Punk Radio is in favor of enslaving individual people, of course. That's just going to make them feel singled out. But if we're talking about enslaving everybody, well, that sounds fair to me. Thanks for tuning in. This is Azathoth. Don't touch that dial. I'm Azatov, and you're listening to Pop Punk Radio. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today. And a very special thank you to our mysterious benefactor, who shall remain nameless. Stay tuned.
Don't you want money for nothing? Yeah, you do. What's the catch? There is one. Anyone who wants it can have it. You just have to ask for it. Our 3-day sleepaway camp is the perfect place to strike it rich. Who are we? Well, we're the #1 dream makers in the region. And you are a motivated, driven, confident individual who has a desire to make it big. Run! Don't walk! Get your heart rate above 120. This is exciting. This offer is just for you because you deserve it. Come alone. So don't wait. The early bird catches the worm, and the worm is a bus at 143 Industrial Way that leaves at dawn. So grab destiny by the horns. Go on, grab it. It's yours for the taking. Money for nothing.
Hi, I'm Greg, owner and founder of Steel Frame Spots. Due to unusually short fingers, which are a characteristic of my family line, I was unable to play spots at the elite level I would have liked to. Instead, I invested my energy into getting you the lowest prices possible on athletic gear. Unlike the local sports teams, you can count on us every year. I fight every day to get you the best deals. I'll never drop the ball on prices, and that's because low prices and my customers' happiness are not affected by the short fingers mentioned earlier in the advertisement. Just remember, when the game's on the line, who do you count on? Steel Frame Spots. That's who. Check out our ad in the Weekly Nickel.
Dark arts, divination, forbidden magic. Of course, the first thing you learn, nothing is actually forbidden. It's all a matter of degree. There's got to be limits, of course, beyond which things begin to break. But when too much still isn't enough, and you're not really feeling up for an unholy union, well, you know what I do when the darkness creeps in. Roller skating! I don't actually participate myself. You'd have to be a lunatic, but it is a tremendous sport to watch. I can even sense it now. The second hand of doom silently ticking, a slight misstep, an unnatural twist, a sudden crack, and they all stand aghast and scream in horror. I've got to hand it to them. Those parents know how...